Good afternoon. Welcome. Can't believe we have to talk about December now. We have two Facebook Live events in December today, and then the second one will be December 17th, and then we're on to Christmas. So we're rounding the corner, and I hope many of you are working on your Christmas displays. Some of you might even be taking a break from doing that right now just to watch us this afternoon, so welcome. When you finish, we'd love for you to share your displays on our Facebook page. Many of us are going to be unable to share our displays in person with other people, so I will post a place following this event where you can upload images of your display. So please, just one image per display. If you have more than one place in your house where you're showing villages, one for each one, and maybe identify where you're from, what your display is of. You know, I'm Melinda from Minnesota, and this is my Snow Village display, that type of thing. And we are going to pick a winner at the 100th person to post a display on that Facebook page. And I'm hoping you guys will get a lot of ideas from other collectors. We'll win, the 100th person will win some kind of a prize from Department 56. So I'm going to be watching that, and hopefully that'll come really fast over the weekend. So upload your pictures, let everyone know how hard you've been working on your displays. We see some of them on Facebook, but let's post them in one place so we can all enjoy them together. Did you put up a display in maybe an unusual place? We want to see it. Did you maybe do a little tabletop display someplace? We want to see that. Did you do a display of maybe just one building and a couple of accessories? We want to see that too. Big, small, upper, lower bookcases, all of them. We want to see your displays. So post them online, and remember, the 100th person will win a prize from Department 56. What I'll do is I'll instant message you and say, you're the 100th person to upload a display to our website. Please give me your name and address, and we'll send something out to you. It'll be next week. So is this the first time you're doing the display? We want to see those too. So if you've been collecting a long time, we want to see those displays. So whatever you're going to have, we want to see your displays. And speaking of Christmas decorations, have you noticed that people are really putting up a lot of decorating outside their homes this year? I think being at home more, we're doing that. Even I've joined that. My husband let me put up a few more decorations outside. My evergreens have some lights on them this year, and I've noticed more people in our neighborhood are doing some displays. So I'm happy with that, and I think we're all enjoying that. And there's nothing wrong with getting in your car and driving around the neighborhood to enjoy the lights this Christmas. Do you remember a few years ago, actually it was 2010, Department 56 sponsored a YouTube contest where collectors were asked to submit a video showing their outdoor Christmas decorations. YouTube was still pretty new then, having been just first introduced in 2005, so it's only been around now for 15 years. But it was pretty new back in 2010. Our artists reviewed the submissions, and we made a selection, and I think they chose a display that was very reminiscent of mid-century decorations that fit in perfectly with the original Snow Village. And we wanted to add that outdoor display, that winner, to our Christmas Lane series for the original Snow Village. This is a series that Scott Enter has just taken to his heart and has really done a lot with over the years. The very first piece that we did was the Noel House, which came out in 2003. This year, in 2020, we introduced this set right here that I have on display, and that is the North Pole House, and it's a set of two. The North Pole lights light up. Some of the lights in front light up. Of course, the interior lights up, and the little freestanding Santa lights up, and the little red light on top of the North Pole display also lights up. Back in 2010, and I'm going to just push this over to the side, and Rebecca, if you could just maybe show this one. This is the piece. Okay.
Center because we're on the vertical one.
Okay, very good. She's helping me with this. This is the piece that was designed based on submissions for the YouTube contest. And we called this piece the Season's Greetings House. And there's a real reason for it. The artist really liked the mid-century look of the house itself. It's a cute little bungalow, or not bungalow, it's a cute little rambler. The decorations out front were those kind of old-fashioned around the mid-50s, where men would cut out of cardboard or plywood and then paint Santa and his reindeers. And I think there is Santa and his reindeer, and I think in the display there were also a few other things. And I am going to be posting tomorrow on our Facebook page the actual 2010 video of the winning entry. And it was submitted by a pair of brothers, Mark and Mac Sockwell from Vinland, New Jersey. And they had been decorating their family home for years and years. And we were just enchanted by the simplicity of the display and just what they did to make it just a really darling display. And I did, besides showing this, I wanted to share with you what some of the steps that the artist went through. I'm sure Scott spent a long time and viewed that video many, many times. Here's what the house looks like without its Christmas decorations. Can you see that all right?
So if you want, I can pull it up.
Okay. There's what the house looks like. And it really is just a cute little rambler, a little gray rambler with a dark gray roof and white trim. And then Scott also was very careful in designing the exterior display. And now, well, you can't really see this all that well, but when you go to the website and go to the Facebook page and look at the actual YouTube video, you'll see Santa and his reindeer and all of the other displays that the Sockwells put in front of their house. The other thing that was kind of unique about their display is they always, and the reason we called it the Season's Greeting House is because they also, and it's in one of these pictures here, bear with me just a sec, and I will find it. I think it's in this section. They also put out kind of a storyboard, kind of let's see here. It's in one of these. They did, there was an accompanying accessory that you could purchase that went along with this. And I am not seeing it here, and I had it a minute ago. Maybe it's way up in front here. And the accessory showed Mark and Mac, and they sent us pictures of themselves so that we could get their images redone into ceramic. Oh, here it is. And they always put up like a greeting card, Merry Christmas from the Sockwells, and that was part of the sign that we put on the front of the building. And then the accessory also showed what they're calling a storyboard, or their Season's Greetings cards, so we called it the Season's Greetings House. So dressed in kind of 50s garb, I thought that was very appropriate. And if you remember, our accessories artist at the time, back in 2012, was Cynthia Markle, and she was the one who designed this accessory for us. Are we getting any questions, or am I just totally rambling?
What one of the best-selling or most popular Christmas Lane pieces is?
Boy, well, I'll tell you, there are two of them. There is the Snowman House that's been around and in the line for 15 years. And then the other one that has been extremely popular and has been around since 2004 is called Santa's Wonderland House. And that's the one that has the little train that goes around the house. And that's been in the line since 2004, so 16 years. So those are the two most popular pieces in the line. That's a really good question. Will there be more coming? Yes. Have I seen the one for 2021? Yes. Am I going to tell you what it is? No. You won't have too much longer to wait, but I'll tell you. I'll give you a little hint. Piece number 19 will be coming out in January, and for the very first time, it's going to be licensed. We've never had a licensed piece in Christmas Lane, so let your brain do a little muddling on that and see if you can come up with what you think the licensed piece might be for that. Do you know which one it is? You think you know?
I listened in on the product stuff yesterday, so I think I know which one.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see it. I've heard about it. I've seen sketches of it. I haven't actually seen the piece. So some people are collecting just this Christmas Lane series. This is something that Scott really enjoys designing. And I'll tell you, he is always looking for ideas. So if you, on this Facebook Live, if you give us some suggestions, we're going to pick the 19th person who offers a suggestion as far as a new theme. Everyone has a theme. This happens to have been North Pole. This was Season's Greetings. We've had the little train for Santa's Wonderland. There's that piece for next year. And we're looking for themes for future pieces. So if you've got a really good idea for a new piece, a new theme that Scott could use in a design for a future house for Christmas Lane, it's kind of like the Griswold Street where everybody decorates for the holidays and they all try to outdo each other and they each have a theme for their house every year. So give us some ideas, and the winner is going to get one of the Season's Greetings houses. So we will be saving that for someone special that gives us a really good idea.
Someone's wondering when in January
It should be. I think you probably know that better than I do. I think about mid-January. Does that sound about right? Around the 15th? Around the beginning of the third week of January?
Yeah, probably in that.
After 2 full weeks, then that next Monday usually is when it happens.
It's a bit of time to update all of this.
Yeah, and they're still getting final samples in, and once the final samples come in, then they need to get photography taken. And of course, they are working very hard on getting all of the photography taken so that they can have a brochure ready for 2021. And yes, there will be a village brochure available, and we'll let you know more about that when we have more information. While getting ready to put up my own display this year, I thought, well, I like to put trees in my display. And I decided to embellish a few trees this year. And I know earlier this year I showed you how I did some trees for Easter with jelly beans, and we did trees for Halloween where I put candy corn on trees. Well, this is what I did for Christmas. This is obviously one of my favorite pieces, which is a stitch in Yule time. So if you can just imagine why that might be my favorite piece. As a sewer, I love the fact that it looks like a little sewing machine. I don't have any access to power at this table because there's no power over here. So none of these pieces are lit, but this goes around. The little needle over here goes up and down. It's just an adorable piece. So here's what I did. In fact, I took a few of these right out of our display. I found some trees, and I just wanted to show you that we could use trees from many different places. And these will all work for what I did. All you need is either a glue gun, or I happen to like this glue. This is called Eileen's Clear Gel Tacky Glue, and this works really well. I've used it for little pieces that have broken off, and I've also used it for my craft projects. And this is what I made to put by my a stitch in Yule time. I did a little button tree. This series of trees is in the line right now, and they are called Snowy Lodge Pines. They don't look like much when you take them out of the package. I got one that I didn't take out. They look rather sad, kind of Charlie Brown looking. This is what it looks like when you take it out of the package, so it looks rather ordinary. But when you fluff them up, they look quite nice. And with all the open spaces, it's very easy to add buttons. And I know a lot of us have button jars that, and this is just one of my button jars. So I just took my button jar and dumped it out on the counter and was looking through it to find interesting shapes and colors. And I actually have a button jar that is filled with all white buttons. That's the way my mother sorted them, and I got the button jars. So I was inspired originally by a little tree that one of my relatives gave me. Actually, it was my sister-in-law, Beth. Years and years and years ago, she gave me a little tree. It had multicolored buttons on it, and the tree was not much bigger than this, and had little pieces of torn fabric. This I put ribbon, and I put some torn fabric on it. And then she also put little baby's breath in to kind of fill in, because it was kind of a bare-looking tree. But it has been one of my favorite little Christmas decorations for years. And it's very yellowed looking now. You know how baby's breath can look after years and years of use. It's kind of brown looking, so I do need to replace that. But I thought, I'm going to make a new little button tree, and this one I did with all white buttons and little red prints and little red plaid ribbon, and I think that's a real cute addition as well. And I think it only took me a few minutes to do it. I had a lot of fun doing it, looking at the different buttons, and some of them are old, and some of them probably came off shirts that my dad wore, so it was kind of a fun project to do. You can also do projects like that on using the bare branch trees. The buttons would show up really nicely on trees like that. So just let your imagination go wild with you. And if you want to make something, make it personal, make it more your own display. Here's just a suggestion that I had as far as adding some things like that onto the trees that you already have.
Someone's wondering what that glue was again?
Oh, the glue it's called Aleene's. It's Aleen's. I'm sure I got it at either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And it's called a clear gel tacky glue. And it comes out rather thick, almost like the consistency of toothpaste. And a little goes a real long way. So a bottle like this I've had for a couple of years already. So it really works well. I could have used my hot glue gun, but I always end up burning my fingertips, and I didn't feel like doing that today. So I used this other glue. Okay, you're setting up your displays now, and I just wanted to remind you that we do still sell replacement parts, but I did want to mention we have been just overwhelmed with orders. When they print off the orders, we've got stacks that are this high of pages of orders. With the unusual circumstances this year, everybody's going online to place orders, and that's great. It's very safe. We will get each of your orders out. It may just take us a couple of days longer. Please bear with us, and we're doing the best we can. We're working 9-10-hour days back in that shipping department to get everything out for you. But if there's something you need, please order it by the end of next week in order to get it before Christmas. Once we get to next Friday, and I'm not even sure what the date is next Friday, after that, that's kind of when UPS and FedEx and the U.S. Postal System all say that that's kind of the end of being able to get merchandise, get packages to you in time for Christmas. So bear with us. We'll get it out to you as quickly as we can. We are discovering that a few items that were normally on our site are sold out. You may see that on the site. Something like a regular light bulb may be sold out. If you're not able to get it through our site, some of the products may be available through your regular retailers. Look on the website under the retailer site. Most of those retailers, if they've got product in stock, they will ship to you as well. We will certainly try to restock everything that's out of stock now in early 2021. And of course, we'll be adding parts for new products that are coming out in January with new introductions for next year. So we take a look at everything in January and try to anticipate what you're going to need as replacement parts, and look and see if there are adapters that are new and unique that maybe weren't used on anything else. So we try to stay ahead of the game, and the factories then have to take time out of their regular production to stop and make these replacement parts for us. So that's why sometimes they don't come in quite as quickly as we'd like them to. Our last Facebook posting will be on December 17th, so that's 2 weeks from today. Hopefully everybody's got their displays up by then. I may not have mine all up by then, but we're going to try. And we will have village artist Paul Lundberg join us at that time, and he's going to talk with us a little bit about licensed pieces. So if you've got some questions for Paul and some of his licensed products that he's designed, he's done all of the Grinch, Harry Potter, Disney, A Christmas Story, among others. Some of the Marvel Comics pieces are all done by Paul. So he's always fun to talk to, and we hope you join us then. Till then, take care.